The noise you hear in this video is rain on the roof of the motorhome. I apologize, I didn't realize it was so loud until I had already made the video. I picked blackberries yesterday, and I have just a few, but I wanted to can what I did get. I don't want to lose them. Of course, I've eaten my share too, but normally I would put blackberries in the freezer, but because I'm short on freezer space, I'm going to can these. So I picked them to make sure there were no more stems or leaves or any foreign matter in it. And then I rinsed them well, make sure they're clean. And on the stove I have a pot of water boiling for the boiling water bath. And I have my jars sterilized, and it takes 10 minutes in boiling water to sterilize the jars. So when the jar is ready, then I'm going to pack the blackberries into the jar. You can heat the blackberries for about 30 seconds in boiling water, or you can pack them cold, which is called either the hot pack or the cold pack. And what I'm going to do is the cold pack today. You can also can blackberries in a syrup. You can make a sugar and water syrup, or you can boil some blackberries for juice and can them in that juice, in their own juice, or you can use a white grape juice. But I'm just going to use water. That way I'll know that when I start to cook the canned blackberries, I'll know that there's no sugar in it, and I can just follow the recipe directions as to how much sugar I need to put. Okay, my jar is sterilized, so now I'm going to add the blackberries. And I've added just a little hot water to the jar so that I'm not dropping cold blackberries into a hot jar. I don't want to run the risk of breaking my jar. And I'm adding the blackberries instead of just putting a funnel on top and just pouring them in. I'm putting them in a spoonful at a time. And I just lost one, because I want to make sure they're settled and there's not a big hole around there somewhere. Now I'm going to add hot water to fill the jar. I'm going to leave a ½ inch at least headspace. And I'm going to add my lid. Now I'm going to add the jar with the blackberries to the boiling water bath. And as soon as the water comes back to a boil, blackberries must be processed for 20 minutes in the boiling water bath canner. So let's see what we have here. All right, here we go. We have some beautiful canned blackberries. Really beautiful. So we'll let them sit here on the counter overnight, and tomorrow we'll make sure they're sealed. We'll label the jar and put it up until we're ready to make a blackberry cobbler, a blackberry pie, or some other blackberry dish. Blackberries are just gorgeous. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've seen any prettier canned blackberries before ever. So we have a good seal. There's no problem with the seal. So all we have to do is label them. Blackberries and the date. I'm just going to put 2022 so that we know what we have in the jar. Of course, that's pretty obvious, but in some cases it's hard to tell. And the year, 2022, so that we can always use the oldest canned goods first, so that we don't have things hanging around in our pantry so long that they may not be as good anymore. Thanks for stopping by.